of the LIV Golf League right here in Chicago. Jon Rahm versus Joaquin Niemann in a heavyweight matchup for the individual championship title. And it all happens today right here on Championship Sunday. Jerry, can I get a let's go?
Let's go.
It's Club 54 pre-round show. Let's go. Welcome to the Club 54 pre-round show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby, joined by your favorite LIV Golf analyst and my BFF, Jerry Fultz. And in his hand, ladies and gentlemen, only 2 members can win this championship ring right here, designed custom by Ben Baller, 750 stones, and even a QR code that if you scan it, it shows the winning moment that will happen today on Championship Sunday. It's a battle between Jon Rahm and Joaquin Niemann for that individual championship title. And Jerry, you couldn't be doing a better job holding that ring up right now. How about this? But let's make sure we put this back down nice and smooth. I got you, Jerry.
Our director just called me Vanna, just so you know. Let me return this. You carry it. I'm going to return it to Maria with security over there because she's waiting for it.
Fair enough, Jerry. Jerry's going to take it over here. We have over 15,000 fans that attended yesterday here in Chicago. We're expecting the same crowd today. It's Championship Sunday, and it's a battle not just for careers, not just for that open zone, not just for a podium spot, but for that championship individual title here at LIV Golf League 2024. Jerry Fultz, so much to talk about, so many storylines and so many contenders.
So many contenders.
For today.
And we are so spoiled out here with LIV Golf. I say it each and every week. We got a leaderboard to die for, and so much on the line today. That individual title for $18 million versus $8 million for second place, $4 million for third. That is huge, but look at the heavyweights battling it out for the individual title for this event as well.
Well, what I found interesting, a lot of the players have been saying, this course is tricky. You could be fooled by the way it's looking, how it's set up, but when that wind blows, it can make things a little difficult for these guys. How do you think this course is going to set up for today?
Well, today the wind's going to be a little lighter. I know that they've made the 15th more drivable than even it was yesterday, so I think the scores are going to be lower. I think it's going to be an exciting day for the fans gathered around and those of you watching on TV.
Let's take a look at the individual leaderboard. Jerry, you do this so well. Why stop now?
Why stop?
Take us through this as we look at this final round. Jon Rahm leading away 7 under. Jerry, what do you see?
Well, Jon Rahm played really well yesterday, and the putter got hot as it wasn't in day one. Brooks Koepka really faltered yesterday, but when it mattered most late in the day, he brought it back to put himself in that final grouping, if you will, off number 1 to stare down Jon Rahm. Sergio Garcia right there. To the best of anybody's knowledge, it's the only time Sergio and Jon Rahm, the man passing the baton to the other but still trying to grasp onto it, have played together in the final group, in the final round. They played together the final round at Valderrama, but even through their DP World Tour and PGA Tour careers, they've never battled it out in the final group for a title.
Let's pull up the team leaderboard in Chicago here. Cleeks tied for first with Crushers GC. Jerry, what's going on here?
Well, the team leaderboard this week has kind of been an understory because of everything on the line, but that is really cool. The Cleeks have been the resurgent team this year with the addition of Adrian Morant. Crushers are just continuing to crush it, but they're all fighting for those top 3 spots heading into next week.
Now let's take a look at the projected standings. These are the live individual standings thus far, which shows where everyone currently stands. Jon Rahm at the top. Joaquin Niemann still clearly has a chance to make it happen. Sergio Garcia with an incredible day yesterday. Jerry, take us through this live individual standings.
Well, from the season-long competition, Joaquin has to beat Jon Rahm. He absolutely has to beat Jon Rahm. And if they're within the top 5, top 10, say, if he simply beats him, that should be enough. He's 3 shots behind him right now. Sergio Garcia is going to relish this opportunity to get his second win today. As Dom's about to tell you in a little bit, he could actually, with a win here today, could have, having lost 2 playoffs, could have been 4 wins. And then you got Tyrrell Hatton, who's battling to try and get that 3rd position and the extra $4 million. And if he plays well today, he's in control of that. Richard Bland, one of the great stories, he is pretty much a deadlock.
Down to the open zone here, Jerry.
Yeah, Brendan Steele hanging on to that last place in the open zone. There were times yesterday when Lucas Herbert moved up into it, but now he's back at 25th. Some of these guys, remember, are under contract, some are not, but that is still, you're playing for a guarantee by finishing in that lock zone.
And now down to the drop zone. Jerry, you said this is an inch interesting zone to talk about today.
This is where we could see the most volatility because Pat Perez is at the mercy because he can't play well enough today to help himself and garner enough points to add to his point total. He's at the mercy of two players, Kelly Samuya and Scott Vincent. He's ahead of Scott Vincent in the projections right now. Kelly Samuya is the one who's put him into the relegation zone. Kelly Samuya is basically 2 or 3 shots. If he stumbles today, that puts Pat Perez back up if Scott Vincent doesn't play really well.
Well, Jerry, 15,000 plus fans watched all of the action from round 2 yesterday. Let's take a look back at all of the action that happened.
The 2024 LIV Golf League Championship is down to 2 men. And how significant could this moment be? That never looked like going in, did it? And there's daylight between the two. Are we looking at our 2024 LIV Golf League champion? It's a good roll. Well, Jon Rahm is in pole position in his first season.
Let's go, Rahm! Go, Rambo!
Sergio is putting his way to the top of that leaderboard.
The Spaniards are taking over in Chicago.
I putted nicely. I made a few really nice spots. You know, felt good all day.
It feels like the quiet before the storm.
A heavyweight title fight at its finest.
Well, there's still life in his title challenge.
Great fun pick, big guy.
Playing like a true champion, Jon Rahm.
You know, I feel like I did everything I needed to do right. Executed really, really well.
And he's the LIV Golf champion elect.
You know, as it comes to that, it's only a 3-shot lead, but at the end of the day, there's still a championship at stake this week, and I would like to get my second LIV win.
Action yesterday, so much fun seeing Jon Rahm put himself in great position. We're going to talk about that in a second, but this just in, Rachel is standing live with one of the contenders for today, Ian Poulter. Rachel, throwing down to you.
How you doing, Christian? I've got Ian Poulter behind me. He's 3 back going into the final round. He broke his driver before he got here this week, and he's got a new putter in the bag, but that does not seem a problem.
This putting a little bit, Rachel, because through 2 rounds, he has only hit 50% of his greens. The ball striking, which he's warming up on now, isn't getting it done for him. But the short game and putter is. What is so special about his short game and that putter that has broken the hearts of American fans in the Ryder Cup for a couple decades?
I think it's mentality. You've got to think about his Ryder Cup successes. He's literally looks at a putt and knows he can make it. And interestingly, this week he's got the new putter. He's got a fresh mindset with this particular wand, and it seems to be working. And a few things I love about his stroke technically, Jerry, we spoke about this earlier, is his tempo.
Yeah, the tempo, it's kind of like most great putters and great players. Does it mirror, it seems like it does it mirror, in your opinion, his tempo for his full swing?
Yeah, so hello, Pulse. What is very important about putting is tempo to help your pace. And he accelerates at the start. There's a moment of deceleration, then a moment of acceleration, and then obviously the putter will slow down at impact. And he does that really well, and that's a great tip for everyone at home. Make sure you have a good tempo. Get a metronome on YouTube and putt to the beat, because that will help your pace and help you hole more putts.
Putting to the beat, that's something Christian can do with his music now. Now, one thing I've noticed, and it's kind of a common theme amongst most great putters, if not all of them, the backstroke is longer than the through stroke. Why is that? Why is that so effective?
So again, the tempo, if you can actually store the power on the way back, even if, you know, it doesn't have to be necessarily longer, but if you're making that exaggeration of getting energy into the putter, then you can allow it to work through to impact. So he's an excellent putter. He's 3 back. He's going to need that one working today.
All right. Thank you so much, Rachel. Always fun to talk to you about technique.
Great job, Rachel. Jerry, also a wonderful job. Now we got to check in with Dom and Suan and hear what we should be watching for on Championship Sunday. Dom, Suan, what's up?
Joaquin Niemann has a nearly 27-point deficit against Jon Rahm. It is quite a task for him today, but we call him Mr. Sunday for a reason. Statistically, he averages better on Sunday than Jon Rahm. So, I mean, it's not by much, but certainly today it matters a lot. I think, in my opinion, if he can just hit his targets a little better with his drive. Yesterday, he didn't drive it poorly, but he just missed a few where it put him in a bad position in terms of attacking these greens. So I think if he can drive have it a little bit better, it certainly will put him in a better position.
Yeah, absolutely. But, Suhan, what a fantastic league group we have. We've got Jon Rahm chasing his second event, chasing the season-long standing. We're just going to wonder if he's going to be distracted by what Joaquim's doing ahead of him. Then we've got Sergio Garcia, potentially could be going for his 4th win this year because he lost in 2 playoffs. Then you got Brooks Koepka. Brooks likes to be the top dog. He got the better of John at Greenbrier. He wants to maintain that dominance. But for Brooks to win, he needs to hit more fairways. He's only hit 10 this week. He has to find the fairways to have a chance.
Big thanks to Dom and Suhan. Now, while competition is reaching a boil at the top of the individual standings, there's another fight in full swing around the lock zone bubble.
It's been definitely an improvement this season for me. Coming into this year, there was an intensity to it, I think, being, you know, on Brooks' team, knowing that we're going to go out there every week and compete.
G-Mac had just dropped out of the lock zone, the top 24 to guarantee a position in the LIV Golf League for next year.
As I move in here to the last individual event in 27th position, looking at the points, there's a pretty big gap in there and around that 24th number, so it requires a big week for me. You know, that's what I'm here for.
It's been a long season. It's been a season that, you know, had my obstacles, but, you know, we've managed a way to go through them. And, you know, 1 tournament to go, and really looking forward to solidifying my space in the lock zone.
Sebastian Munoz started the competition just outside the lock zone. He's now in it.
I haven't had, you know, the results I've wanted this year, but things change quickly. You got to always be ready for a good week, and that's sort of where I'm trying to keep my mind focused, trying to secure my position for next year.
Cameron Tringale, he gives himself a great chance of making it into the lock zone.
You know, watching these guys talk about it, Jerry, mentally it's got to be tough when you know you're great, right? And you're in that position where you just want to make it easy for yourself and lock it in, but you're in that area. What do these guys do to keep their mental sharp in that moment?
You know, as a professional golfer, quite honestly, you spend your entire career qualifying for something, whether it's trying to qualify to get into an event, qualify to make a cut in regular tour events where you have a cut, or qualifying to improve your status so you go and get in better events. So they're very, very used to being in this situation.
All right, Jerry, there are so many guys on the hunt. We have Sergio Garcia, even Ian Poulter, Brooks Koepka, which is no shock. Let's start with Sergio Garcia, potentially looking to get his 2nd win of the season and that 3rd podium slot. Dom said yesterday that Sergio Garcia is playing the best golf of his life. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, but that's a big statement.
Dom
Jerry,
gets hyperbolic at times. He gets, but he is. He's playing great golf, and he's been around, it seems like, forever, even though he's not an old man by any stretch of the imagination. Sergio Garcia, and Dom did say this, and this is very accurate. Sergio plays under tough conditions as good as anybody. Then when you get to a course that extracts precision in the iron play as much as this one does, as much as Valderrama did, Sergio, if he putts decently, Sergio never has to putt great to contend. He just has to putt decently. And if he putts decently, he's going to be there or about there every single time he does. And this week really separates the ball strikers. He's one of the best, maybe of all time.
What about a battle of the Spaniards today between Sergio and Jon Rahm? Is that a potential back and forth you think we'll see towards the end of Championship Sunday?
Those of us who have kind of a, you know, almost the romantic relationship with this game of golf, you remember Seve Ballesteros, and when he passed the baton to Jose Maria Olazabal to carry on the tradition of great Spanish major championship golfers. Of course, Jose Maria went on to win the Masters twice. And then Jose Maria kind of passed the torch, you know, late in his career to Sergio, the new young hot Spaniard. Now, the Spanish golf has a lot of great players, but when Sergio took it over, he was such a dynamic player and reminded you so much of Ballesteros. Now it's time for him to pass the baton to Jon Rahm, because he's that new hot young Spaniard who can win anything. But Sergio's handing it to him and not letting go right now. He wants that baton back for a while. So right. I think that's one of the more intriguing lineups, and we can't find a record of them, like I said earlier, playing in the final group of the last day of an event for a title together.
Could also be a pretty entertaining showdown, as you put it that way, Jerry. Now let's talk Brooks Koepka. He had the 2nd best round in LIV history on Friday. Here's a tweet here for a second straight LIV Golf Tournament. Brooks, Koepka, and Jon Rahm will be in the final group together. It doesn't get much better than that.
No.
I couldn't disagree with this at all.
We're so spoiled. I mean, because these guys are great golfers. They still play great golf. Brooks won a major last year. Jon Rahm won a major last year. Bryson DeChambeau, he's not to be forgotten. He's 4 back. He won a major this year. We get that kind of competition every week, and it's not lost on the fans. You feel the energy out here. You hear from the ones watching on TV. This is must-see TV if you're a golf fan, and we have it again today.
Okay, but Jerry Brooks, I think he had 5 bogeys in his first 12 holes yesterday. Didn't have necessarily the best day that he wanted yesterday. Coming into today, what are you expecting to see from him? What are some adjustments you think he needs to make today?
That club right there, that was, I mean, Dom said you have to hit fairways. He only hit 5 each round. He did play that great round, even though he only hit 5 fairways on Friday. But that club right there was so far off yesterday compared to round 1. He went after he 3-putted the 6th hole yesterday. That was after 197 consecutive holes without a 3-putt. That's 11 rounds of golf, almost 11 rounds of golf without a 3-putt. That's unheard of. So he was putting really well until yesterday. He lost the speed. He putted one off the green into the rough. That's how bad he lost the speed. It just wasn't there. Started off with a tentative par putt on his first hole. If he gets that club rolling, he's going to be really tough to beat.
Well, a guy who picked up his speed yesterday and took control, Jon Rahm. Let's talk a little bit about what you expect to see from him today. Even if he doesn't win this tournament, he has a chance to win the individual championship.
Right. And he'll be keeping an eye on Waco in front of him, absolutely. But if he knows if he gets his job done today, it's a done deal, and there's $22 million in his bank account, not just the 18. Jon Rahm has the best scoring average for the first 52 holes of every event for the year in LIV Golf. The final 2 holes of his tournament, he's 47th in scoring average. So
wow.
That's an oddity, but it's been a whole year long. It's not something you can discount.
Let's talk a little bit about the team standings. You said earlier it's hard to remember there's even a team competition going on with all of the individuals playing so well. But here is that list right now from Chicago. Cleeks and Crushers at 10. Are Crushers just making a clear statement that they are the team to beat?
Yes, they have made it all year. Legion has more wins, obviously, but they haven't had the consistency the Crushers have, and they're all trying to angle themselves to be in the best position and the most intimidating going into that team championship. Worth a whole lot next week, but each event, each week is worth a whole lot to those top 3 teams in terms of financial gain for the organization.
Jerry, why would you say the Cleeks are playing so well here in Chicago as a team?
Well, of course, they got one of the players from the promotion event in Cali Samuya. He's having his best tournament of the year. That's huge. Adrian Meronk has been the biggest addition, and also Captain Martin Keimer's playing some resurgent golf in his career.
Can't wait to see what happens today, Jerry. I know you got to get out of here and go to the main show.
I'm going to miss you.
Before you go, Jerry, I actually had some fun over at the Range Goats activation yesterday. I made a new friend, and I gave him a name. I named him Jerry Jr.
Oh,
you want to know why, Jerry? Because you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, Jerry. Check this out. Me and Jerry Jr. Any last words you have for the fans before we head into Championship Sunday?
If you see him kissing me on the head like that, we're done.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we're going to toss over to Arlo and David in the booth. Checking in with you boys. What's going on?
Hello, everybody, from the LIV Golf broadcast booth, and we are primed for what should be a thrilling final day of the regular season. Also, quite a complex day with so many different strands and storylines in terms of who wins the individual title race, who wins the tournament here, who gets relegated, which team takes the first round bye in the team competition for next week. But that will all play out over the next few hours. The main headline, David, is Jon Rahm against Waco Neiman for the title. How heavy a favourite is Jon Rahm after his performance yesterday?
Well, I think he's hot favourite. There's no question about that. And it's largely because of the amount of fairways that he's hit. He's given himself the chance to hit these greens and to hit it close. He's hit 20 of 28 fairways. Waco has hit 13. You know, so, I mean, that's a big advantage. Waco needs to drive it straighter.
He certainly does. He has performed well on Sundays. Traditionally, Waco Neiman, he's still in the hunt. We've got computers. We've got calculators. We may need an abacus if someone could send one to the studio. We'll take it from you at the top of the hour.
As LIV Golf Chicago draws to a close, the teams in contention for that 3rd spot are running out of time to secure a bye week.
I know we're in third place at the moment, but I feel like we still got a job to do this week, and we've done a really good job this year.
Ripper GC delighting the Aussies here.
Yeah, just go out there, and the form we've shown the last few months has been really good.
We can do it, and we can catch Ripper, I think, for sure. I think we can make a nice little run to end the season.
They want that first round bide in Dallas.
These guys are playing good, so just got to go out there and go do the same.
This is going to go right to the wire.
We gotta chase the top 3 to get a bye. It's fun. It's like hunting. It could happen. So yeah, we just need to be patient and keep doing what we're doing. It'll be good to chase them down.
I think on our day we can beat anyone, which we've proven now twice in the season.
A win with the team this week just before Dallas would mean a lot. Would give a little boost of confidence for everyone.
I haven't played in the first round yet. I don't want to start this year. Our destiny's in our hands. Let's go win.
We've been a tough team to beat, so lots of confidence, I think, in the team at the moment, which is good coming down to the pointy end of the season.
The question is, who's going to have those champagne showers this week? Here's a tweet. Has there ever been more implications at a golf tournament than Chicago? The tourney itself, individual title, team championship positions, and relegation. Every shot, every player. And that's what you have to love about the LIV Golf League. So many storylines. Sergio Garcia and Poulter, Brooks Koepka, even Bryson DeChambeau had himself a day, all going for that LIV Chicago title. Now, everyone's asking this question, Jon Rahm or Waco Neiman? So how about this? Let's toss it over to our Club 54 reporter, Annabelle Angel. She checked in with some fans to see what they think.
Are you ready for an epic Sunday showdown? Today, the individual champion of 2024 will be crowned. Let's find out who the fans think is going to win.
Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm.
Joaquin.
Yeah.
Jon Rahm.
Joaquin Newman.
Oh, why is that?
I just like to see him win. Have a good opportunity.
Thoughts on that?
Like underdog. It's good.
Okay. How about you?
Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm.
Why is that?
Went 6 under yesterday and playing really well going into Sunday. Hopefully he can carry the momentum over.
I love it. I love it. How about you?
I agree. Rahm for the win.
Oh, any Joaquin Neiman fans?
Nah, Rahm all the way.
I got Rahm as well.
I'd say Neiman.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because his dad gave him plastic clubs at 2. You got to root for the underdogs. Also, it's a beautiful Sunday. He does really well on Sundays.
Well, that's very true. How about you?
I think Neiman's going to make a comeback today.
Okay, well, we're about 50-50 out here with the fans, but we'll just have to watch and find out.
Great job, Annabelle. Amazing fans here in Chicago, all excited about this championship Sunday showdown between Jon Rahm and Waco Neiman. Only time will tell who will be victorious today. But there's a poll for you guys, too. We want to know what you think. Scan this QR code and let us know, who do you think is going to win this thing? You decide. Jon Rahm. Don't forget about Sergio Garcia. He's still in the game. Brooks Koepka, and of course, Waco Neiman. All you got to do is scan that QR code. Also, make sure you download the LIV Golf Plus app and get your votes in. We'll be revealing the results of these votes in the main show, which we all are waiting to see. And there's that beautiful golf course. Fans are piling in as we speak. 15,000 plus fans here. But we can't have a pre-round show without the one and only Rachel Drummond, who's out on the range. Rachel, tossing down to you.
Final day here in Chicago. Oh my, we had the most crowds yesterday, 15,000. You can feel the energy. Now let's start with Moronk. He's 3 back going into the final day. As you can see, the sticks are down. Stuart, come here. How aggressive are you going to be with those pins today?
Well, it's been tricky all week just with the winds and the greens forming up, but we'll just keep an eye on the scoreboard and see how it goes and play aggressive if we need to, just assess how it goes, yeah. So.
Thank you, Stuart. I tried to get away from me there. Here's another man I want to speak to.
What's that?
Your man, Calais. He's having the best tournament, this year. What's the strategy going into the final round?
Just do pretty much exactly the same, what he's done the last 2 days. We've not hit too many fairways, so hopefully today he can hit more fairways, a lot easier from the fairway.
And what is different about this tournament?
He's been keeping the bogeys off the card, touch wood. solid pars and then holding a couple of putts for the birdies. That's the only difference. Made a couple of putts.
Now we've made a bet. Cleeks, if they win the team, all these caddies are going to take their tops off like the Solheim Cup. Right, let's keep going. Here we go. Stingers. Right, Andy Duncan, you're the mine coach of Burmester.
Yes.
You know, what sort of work do you do before the final round, if any?
Every round we do, we concentrate on our ongoing plan, because we've got a big picture plan for his career. Then we break it down into tournament by tournament. Then we break it down into day by day. So each time we get together, it's an opportunity for us to learn from what we did on the day, and then hopefully to find a way to put that into practice the next day. And then the next day we do the same. So hopefully we're on this slow incremental improvement. And if that's the way it goes, I don't get the sack.
I love that, Andy. Hopefully the same for me. Let's get a little look at Burmester. Again, sticks down. Watchful eye of Louis. Right, let's have a little look at DJ. He's having a great week. Let's have a little look. He's playing really, really well. Sticks down, got the foresight numbers out. DJ, you all ready for the final round?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
You're in the hunt. What's the strategy?
Make as many birdies as I can.
I love that. Play well. Where's my camera? Oh, here he is. Right. Let's have a little look. Let's see who we can finish with. There's answer. Let's see if we can watch some of Tyrrell. He had a great finish to the rest of his round yesterday. We'll get a bit of Mito at time being. Oh, HV.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Great to have you today.
How many birdies are you going to have today?
I don't know. Maybe 1, 2, 3?
He can do more than that. Right, let's get a final look at Tyrrell before we sign off. He had a hole-in-one yesterday, 164 yards. I think he had 5 birdies in the last 7, so he's playing well. And all he's going to want to do is charge up that leaderboard. He needs a win to finish 3rd. Right, that's enough from me today. Can't wait to see who wins. Rahm, Neiman, who's going to do it?
Rachel, as always, great job on the range. I mentioned 15,000 plus fans multiple times, and let me tell you why. It is the LIV single-day record that we've had in the U.S. in attendance, which is, as you can see, the fans here in Chicago are excited. We have 2 super fans over here that are literally starting chants with the crowd as they walk in. People are excited for Championship Sunday. And get this, just last week, there was a big announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we announced our first 4 events for the 2025 LIV schedule. And for more on that, take a look at this.
It's time.
The LIV Golf 2025 season is here.
Are you ready?
Let's go. Come on. It's global. The greatest cities on the planet. The wait is over. 2025 is here.
Wow, if that video doesn't get you amped up, I don't know what will. Take a look at this tweet here from Ironheads GC. Hong Kong and Singapore, we are coming back, baby, in 2025. Get ready to see your favorite team back in action on March 7th through 9th and March 14th through the 16th. Now, this is a classic meme done right. Aussie golf fan problems on Valentine's Day. Hey, man, LIV Golf will do that to you, you know? You got to stay loyal to the brand, right? A whole lot of fun happening here, and take a look at this crowd as they piled in on this beautiful golf course in Bolingbrook. Opened in 2022, ranked by Golf Pass as the #1 public course in Illinois in 2024. Elevated tees, rolling fairways, and 7 lakes all scattered throughout this beautiful layout. The course is open to the public, of course, and loved by many. And look at that crowd as they come in and getting ready for that shotgun start to the biggest of Championship Sundays here in the regular season. Coming up next, LIV Golf Chicago Championship Sunday, the showdown between Jon Rahm and Waco Neiman for the individual championship title. After that, I'll see you guys there in the post-round show, Club 54 post-round show with the crew. Thank you for watching the pre-show. I'll see you in post. I only got one more thing to say. Peace.
Peace.